Are here with you, Timber Flynn. Um, he is a mod and I think the creator of RNASL Soccer, and also a huge Timbers fan. Timber Flynn, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm actually not the creator. I just joined up. I asked to be a mod when there was only 6 people, and I kind of slowly made it what it was. And then the Munjor came on, and he helped me out a lot, making it, what it is now. So,
Very cool. I actually forgot. We usually have people give their real names if they want to, along with their Reddit username.
that's
Uh,
fine. I'm
yeah.
Aaron Flynn. Uh, you'll see a lot of the posts on RNASL Soccer right now are me doing jersey redesigns, and so my Twitter's in that.
Yeah, you're sort of taking over Zerangutang's job. How does he feel about that?
Actually, he kind of helped me out and gave me a little bit of advice when I first started out doing. I did Thorn's redesign for the NWSL team in Portland, and he gave me a little bit of advice and helped me out with it. So it was awesome.
So what inspired you to do the jersey redesigns?
Boredom. Uh, basically, he helped me. He just showed me some simple templates, and I took them and ran with them, and thought it'd be a good idea get some traffic going for our own little small subreddit. So and then I just ended up enjoying it a lot. So
Yeah, I really like the Railhawks one, especially the one with the sort of diamond wavy
the
thing.
Argyle.
Yeah, it reminds of the Argyle, which I think there might be some complaints from like Duke and State fans because Argyle reminds them of Carolina, but whatever, it doesn't
That
matter.
that wasn't my intention. It was just a cool design, and I went Charlie Brown with it, I guess, and changed the
Yeah,
colors up a little bit. And
it looks cool. So talk
thanks.
about how RNASL soccer's developed over the last year or so. I remember a year ago it wasn't that well attended, and you guys have built it up pretty well over the last year.
Well, I started out, like I said earlier, when there was only 6 people. I messaged. I was writing at the time for Reckless Challenged, and they just covered NASL, USL, different things like that.
Mhm.
Um, and they said we need to really develop some of these subreddits. So I hopped on the NASL one. I'm a Scorpions fan, a San Antonio Scorpions fan. So I figured I like the NASL. Let's try it. And so we started to develop it, and he accepted me as a mod. And I'd learned CSS like barely on the fly,
Mhm.
basically, and I used some Photoshop skills to make a nice header and things like that. Without it was all Photoshop header, everything like that. I figured out Flare, which took me a month to figure out, and slowly we started to grow. And then I think the last time, and I didn't get a lot of time to update the header images or anything like that. Which what I was doing was the top image um, was where it has. If you look on RMLS, you could see that it has text saying a new announcement or things like that. I had my entire header image was that, and so I always just updated it that way. It was all one big image instead of multiple layers, and so I switched it out that way, and I left it at. I remember it says Indianapolis gets its identity as Indy 11. I left that for a couple of months because I had no time to go on and do things like that. I had computer problems, and so
Yeah.
someone, I don't remember exactly what happened. People complained about it, and the Munjor volunteered and said, I'm willing to help. And after a little bit of time after that, I was able to be more consistent. And me and him have been basically heading it up and doing our best to keep it updated. Um, and then Soccer Bowl was coming up, and I messaged the mods and said, hey, let's get something going for Soccer Bowl Saturday. Let's see if we can get something where a lot of people will come, just a bunch of AMAs, and we got quite a bit of people. We got Scorpions PR director. We got, it's gonna kill me. We got uh, Wes, and I can't remember his name, but 2 guys from the Denord show in Minneapolis or in Minnesota. We got heads of Zach Reese, the head of Flight 19, which is Fort Lauderdale Strikers supporter group. So we got a bunch
Mhm.
of different people to do AMAs and answer questions for us, and it was a huge success, followed by a big game thread that it was just an awesome chance, and that really grew our subreddit to 500 actually, and now we're sitting at 715, 717,
Yep.
and this is the off season, so we've grown quite a bit on the off season.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. So, any big plans for the subreddit this year?
Maybe we've been trying and having constant talks with Peterson, with the commissioner, trying to get something, and we're trying to schedule it out. He's a busy man. There's a lot of times where we're sending messages back and forth, and we'll lose them for a couple of weeks, but we're trying to get something. I'm
Like an
hoping
AMA type
to.
deal?
What was that?
Like an AMA type deal?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to do. And other than that, we're just being more consistent. Um, you know, that's basically the plans is just try to get some more AMAs and get more people excited about it. As we grow, we'll develop the subreddit better.
That's fair. So, how do you feel about the NASL in general? I know there are a lot of people who are a little bit upset, myself included, as a Carolina fan who saw my team go score the most points last year and not get to do anything in the postseason. How do you feel about the NASL and the split season schedule? It's about to go 9 games and 18 games. What's your opinion on that?
Well, first of all, I think we can all blame Virginia for that, for the
Yeah,
9 games, because it was originally supposed to be everyone plays 10 games, which is a good even number. Everyone has same number of home and away games, but now you have some with 5 and some with 4 on the
yeah,
road. So it's a little bit of an unfair advantage. And to top that off, whoever wins that 9-game season is the host of the Soccer Bowl,
right,
which is even worse
right.
of an advantage. But I mean, I feel for Carolina. I really do. Uh, the Scorpions, in fact, they were second. They tied for second
Yeah.
in the fall season after having a terrible start, and and then that month off just killed them. I think it killed their energy. They were flying by teams that were coming back having late goals. I think they won 3 of their last 4 games with goals in the 87th minute on. But it kills teams when you play half a season. I'm sure it works in other places. I believe Mexico and Argentina play that way, but that month break just kills teams,
Well, and
and
the thing,
I don't like it.
yeah, and the thing about Mexico is they their setup is weird. Their relegation system is really, really weird. But they have it so that there's like an 8-game playoff at the end of each half season, and the NASL isn't going to do that probably. Uh, it makes it tough. It was sort of weird that transition from like almost everybody makes it to the playoffs to there are 2 teams in the title game and that's it. Uh,
Well, the rumor is it was just basically set up so that the Cosmos could come in late. That's what a lot of people think. I'm not Cosmos bashing or anything, but it happened. Um, it just happened to happen that way. The Cosmos were able to come in mid-season, and so that they could keep their Division II sanctioning,
right.
because they needed a certain amount of teams. I can't remember exactly what it was, but as the league progressed, as far as age-wise, they needed a certain amount of teams for expansion, which is why why you're seeing Ottawa and Indianapolis coming in this year.
Right.
Which Indianapolis is going to be awesome soon. Trust me.
That's exciting. I'm hoping to go down to their first game. They get to play Carolina. I'm pretty excited about that. So I
Oh,
see.
oh man, I would be too. They're going to be competing with New York for the championship this season. I believe it.
That'd be nice. I wouldn't mind just as long as well, as a Carolina fan, I'm not a big fan of Atlanta, and I went to last year the Cosmos game at home where Cosmos beat us 4-0 and basically ended our title hopes, and it was really depressing because I was the only Carolina guy there. But oh well. So I see we've been to a lot of Scorpions games, or at least a few, and those look really interesting. The organization is really cool. It's like a non-profit type deal. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I'm actually a capo for the Crocketeers, the head capo, and so I'll lead all the chants and different things like that. And I've been involved with the Scorpions for quite some time, as far as like when they announced the team. that's when like I was there when they announced. I've been at most of the press conferences. I've been to the town hall meetings. Been to the games. I've been to the preseason